The next individuals that signed up for citizen input is Sandy and Dave Dennis, and the subject matter is Anawan Street.
Hello. Thanks. Thank you for having us. My name is Sandy Dennis. I live at 132 Highland Avenue, Fall River, Mass. I represent Creative Arts Network. We're the managing entity for the Waterfront Cultural District in Fall River. And we are here today to talk about the Anawan Street becoming a one-way. We've had several meetings with the district, and at almost every meeting it comes up to make Anawan a one-way street because of the safety issues. I've put diagrams, recommended patterns for traffic in the current traffic pattern. But basically, it's a very busy street. There are large trucks and vehicles that pass through Anawan Street daily, especially during rush hour. A lot of large trucks that make delivery on Anawan Street and the mills in the area of Mill and Pond Street. There's also large vehicles when there are events happening on the waterfront and just your everyday regular traffic. Some of the safety issues there are obviously it's a narrow street. It has two little lanes. At times there are vehicles parked on Anawan Street, usually on the northern side. And in order to make that right-hand turn on Anawan heading westerly from Pond Street, trucks have to make a very wide turn. And a lot of times if there's cars coming up, and in some cases they're coming up the wrong way because they don't realize it's a two-way at that portion, it's a safety concern. Also, when the large trucks have to leave Pond Street, they often drive over the curb, over the sidewalks, hit the signs, the sign gets knocked down, has to be replaced. When the vehicles leave Pond Street to make that left-hand turn, the visibility is awful. I mean, we've done it several times. It is really hard to see the cars actually coming easterly up Anawan Street if you've ever gone from Pond and making that turn. Having two-way traffic on half the street is very confusing for people, and it does cause accidents. Accessibility, vehicles can easily access 195 by taking the right-hand turn at the traffic light at the top of Anawan, and they can easily access Duval Street at the traffic light to make a left-hand turn. So we have mill owners. I mean, Pat Todd owns the Anawan Mills. The manager of the adjacent mill has expressed their concerns of making Anawan a one-way street. And as you can see in here, on Exhibit 1, the current traffic pattern where it's all one way. But then on Exhibit 2, it shows the I transposed those. Exhibit 2 is the current traffic pattern. Exhibit 1 is the recommended traffic pattern that we'd like to see over there. So we strongly advocate to make Anawan a one-way street. It'll be a lot less confusing and cause a lot less damage and potential accidents. Do you have anything?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Dennis, do you have anything to add?
Dave Dennis, 132 Highland Avenue. No, I think I think Sandra is correct. It is a safety issue. It's been expressed multiple times at the meetings, the Waterfront District meetings. Problem again is, like they said, you come out of Mill Street, you try to take a right. A lot of people think it's a one-way. It's not. The trucks going over the curb, hitting, brushing against the telephone poles, brushing against the signs. It's not going to interfere with any of the businesses down there. It's just going to provide parking on both sides going the same way and traffic going one way up Anawan Street, which is really what it should have been in the first place. I don't know why they made half the street, one way and then the other half of the street a two-way. It just didn't seem too logical to me, but nevertheless, that's what the state did. But I think it has created a lot of issues. It comes up frequently. Again, it's not going to interrupt any of the businesses down there. It's just going to make it safer. You'll have less accidents and less traffic issues down there. So I would hope that the ordinance committee would recommend that the street be a one-way heading east and not half and half.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.